I know I put myself out there on YouTube, and some might say that the minute you go on to social media and start putting your life out there, you invite criticism. I I don't invite criticism. I understand I may get criticism. I do, I get it, I totally get it. Let me just read you this lovely message from, I'll get the name, David Gilchrist. David Gilchrist? Maybe he's got a God complex, I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, David has some interesting insights into me as a person based on the video I did about reporting the domestic abuse that I witnessed in the car park a couple of weekends ago. Okay, here we go. People like you, me, really are the worst of society. Sticking your nose in other people's business, calling the authorities like good Chinese communist citizens, and telling us what we can say and what we can't. Okay. And the worst thing is that you think you're a good person. I don't think I'm that bad. Well, it's your type of thinking that has absolutely destroyed this country and creates division and anger. I think she was pretty angry before I got involved. Keep your mouth shut and your opinions to yourself, and never call the authorities. There are far more effective ways of dealing with wrong-uns. So let's just break this down, because I usually ignore dodgy comments, and quite often YouTube gets there before me. I mean, to be fair, YouTube gets rid of comments that are actually probably absolutely fine. And I never see them. I see the first line of them and go, I wonder what they wrote that got so terribly upsetting for YouTube that they banned it. So let's just break this down a little bit. I am the worst of society. People like me are the worst. So people like myself who call the authorities when we see somebody being hit and taunted and poked and hit on the head with something and controlled and manipulated and generally bullied, we are worse than petty thieves. We are worse than murderers. We are worse than paedophiles. We're worse than, I'm trying to think of what's the worst out there. I don't know. Serial killers. We are worse than all of those people. Okay, so good to know where I stand in the pegging order of bad people. I'm right up there. Sticking my nose into other people's business. In fairness, they were in the front of their motorhome and she was doing all of this to him in the front seat of a motorhome. I'm not sure if everybody understands how windows work. I'm going to explain it to you. I do think it's quite self-explanatory, but we'll just go with it. Windows are a two-way thing usually. Sometimes they can be tinted. This was not the case. If you can see out, it's a pretty fair assumption people can see in. Therefore, if you are doing this in public, people might get involved. It's not really people sticking their nose in, it's people being, I thought, a good citizen. But anyway, clearly not, because we are the worst people in society. Okay, apparently I'm a Chinese communist, telling people what they can and can't say. I have no idea what they were saying. I couldn't hear them. They could have been just listing off the shopping. I don't know. Reciting poetry. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. But what I could see was grounds enough for myself to call the police. And then when I showed this video footage to the police, it was enough for them to arrest her. So, yes, make of that what you will. My type of thinking has absolutely destroyed this country, and I create division and anger. I did think I was quite a pacifist. I did actually think I was trying to stop somebody getting hurt. Hopefully putting them in a better situation to be able to protect themselves or start a process, maybe a dialogue with the correct support groups and authorities to improve their life. Again, I might be wrong, but that's what I thought I was doing. So I am destroying this country and I am creating division and anger. Keep my mouth shut, my opinions to myself, and never call the authorities. Far more effective ways of dealing with wrong-uns. So you admit they were wrong-uns? Is that what you're saying? You do admit what they were doing was wrong? Is that not you being slightly judgmental? Are you not then, feeling like you are maybe imposing your views a little bit? Admittedly, you didn't call the authorities. So how should I have dealt with these wrong-uns, do you think? I mean, I'm just curious. Better ways than calling the police. Should I have gone and knocked on the door, told them to stop, enlisted the help of others around me to distract them with some pantomime through the window? I'm not sure what you're suggesting here. Clearly the police was not the way to go, the legal route, the people who were there to protect and serve. Yeah. My reply to this person was lots of laughing faces and you really are a bit odd, aren't you? I think that probably just about covers it.